Okay guys, I'm back with another video. Sorry it's been a little bit since I've been on here. Uh, my landlord's come and done some work, and I was busy trying to help them, plus running my daughter-in-law to the doctor and stuff. Plus today I got up out of bed this morning. I still had my leg wrapped with gauze and stuff where it's bad and everybody knows it's bad. It decided to bust open again. And what I mean by bust open is it just started bleeding really bad and uncontrollable. It bled for 3 hours. I had to have my daughter-in-law tie a tourniquet on it where it shut the circulation off on it so it quit bleeding as tight as she could pull it for that 3 hours. But it was bleeding so bad that it was sprayed her this time. Usually it just runs down the leg. This time it was spraying and stuff. So I believe it's not in the nerve now. I actually believe it's in the artery, is how deep it is in my leg. So I'm having to keep a close eye on that. It's the bandage and stuff's off of it now. I mean the tourniquet and whatever. But I do have a bandage back on it. But I definitely need prayers on that because I don't know what's going on with it. Still ain't got me into the wound center where they can start treating it. I'm still doing what my doctor told me, but today I didn't do nothing except pull that off, rebandage it, and rewrap it and leave it alone because I don't want it pouring the blood again. So I think about the next time it does it, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. I lost about a pint of blood today before we got it stopped. So yeah, I start getting real lightheaded, real dizzy and cold after it bleeds like that. Now I just freeze to death all the time, and I never froze to death all the time. I was always hot, and now I'm cold all the time. So I don't know what it's done to me, but still, losing blood like that is not good. But anyways, let's get started at the garden video. This week, I guess we'll start right here. We've had a lot of the blue and white ones come out. They're starting to wibble down a little bit because we've had rain. It's kind of beat the far out of them. It's pretty heavy rain, but as you can see, that pot has got really thick. It's pushing out the sides now. I'm sitting down being lazy at the moment. I have got to where I'm walking some without my cane. I'm getting a little stronger each day. I could definitely use the prayers for the ones that believes in praying. I'm doing a little better each day, but that today is kind of a little bit of a step back, but it'll be all right. It just does that every so often. I don't know what causes it. I just think it's maybe an artery now, and it definitely needs the treatment of a wound center. Don't know what they're going to do when they see me, but anyways, let's check it out. The purple has really got thicker too. The daisies are still coming along. They've got really big. This has really went to the lavender has really went nuts. The put me in the shade bush right here, still growing and pretty good. It's getting the color on it like it should. Then the other one's doing good. So this one's doing pretty good, guys. Then the onions has went to town. As you can see, they're getting really thick at the bottom. These are onions that grows like the onions cut up for, like, I don't know, you put in like meatloaf and stuff like that. So they got really big. And my dad did bring me that stuff for squirrels. He put it down, but it rained the next day. But I ain't seen no more bothering it. It's supposed to run them off and not kill them. So we can see how if it still works after the rain. I don't know. But they were tearing it to pieces on me. I mean, they tore the other one all to pieces. And then I got a major purple that come on. As you can see on this one, it went crazy this week. Blooming. I mean, it's got tons of bloom coming in behind these, but these have really been bloomed like crazy. Till the rain beat them to death last night. We had real severe heavy rain. And then I'll show you this one real quick. The lavender's got really big. The red is really taken over. This one's getting whiter and whiter. I don't even know what you called it. And then this purple's got whiter. So they're all doing good. And then I got me a door for my car. And what had happened is I went to Walmart, took my daughter-in-law, we went up there and went shopping. I went and got some white peaches. Well, she had to go to the doctor because she was sick. So while she was at the doctor, I figured I'd reach in the back, wipe me off one of them peaches, and eat it, right? Well, when I go to close my door will no longer stay closed. So every time I go around a curb, it wants to fly open. The latch in the inside of the door broke. The spring and stuff broke on it. It's almost impossible to get in them to change them. So instead of having to fool with all that, it would be cheaper just to change out the door that's dented anyways. I know it's a different color. I don't really care about the color. I just want a door that closes and stays closed. I don't want one falling out of my car because the door won't stay closed. So I've had all kinds of fun, guys. But anyways, let's move on. Then we have this one. This one has really taken off this week. As you can see, these are the ones that's not supposed to be in the shade, and they are really doing good, I think. They just come on, die off, and come on and die off. These was just bloomed yesterday or day before. So now they're now dying off. The new ones will be coming on. All right. And then we ended up with a lot of pink this week on this one. This morning glories took over like crazy. All the flowers in these pots have done really good this year. And then the rose had a bunch on it and they died off, so I cut them off. So we're down to 2 to the buds and blooms again. And then as you can see all the holes in here, they had it tore to pieces, and then my dad brought that stuff right there. As you can see, a little pebble stuff, looks like fertilizer. He put it around it, but it rained shortly after that, so I don't know if it'll do any good or not, but the watermelon's doing better this week instead of last week when it was about dead. So something helped it. The pepper's it's doing all right, I guess. Tomato's blooming. It's got blooms on it right there, so it's doing a little better. All right, let me go ahead and show you this other one. We still got this project still to do where we're going to paint it and finish cleaning it up, the fire pit. Still picking out colors. I thought about black and red. If anybody thinks that would be a pretty color on it, let me know. That's what I was thinking about. And then this pot here has really went to town. It's got really nice. You can see in full, filled up the whole pot. And the guy that cuts the grass, he goes so fast and he hits his stuff with the weed eater so bad. He is the one that broke my flower pots all to pieces like that, where you see them all cracked and busted. That's been the guy that does the grass and stuff. That's not me. That's him mowing and weed eating. But anyways, we're going to step from this, and I'm going to show you what's been going on a little bit. Okay? All right. Give me a second. I got to walk around the house. I'm kind of slow still, but I'm still walking without a cane though, so I'm thankful for that. My landlord's been trying to improve here for me. So he ripped the bushes out in the front, and I now got little green ones instead of the big nappy looking hedge bushes that was there. He mulched it, put the new bushes in, which looked really nice. He placed my bird bath right there, they did, and filled it up with water. I think I'll leave it there because it looks good there. I still got to hang their bird feeders up. And he went down to my neighbors. Well, these two here are mine too. They're on my bedroom. But my neighbor got two too. So that looks a lot better than what we had before. Because remember, it had the one that knows how the front looked, it had them big tall hedge bushes that was up to here, about 4 or 5 foot tall, and they were cut all to pieces. So, but he had them ripped out and put these in. So I'm thankful for that. It looks a lot better than what it did. So figured I'd show you that. And they moved my bird feeder for me. Remember how it used to be in the center of the window? Well, they moved it to the end, so it's going to be right here at the end, but that looks a lot better than what it did down through there. So, but anyways, we're going to move on. Don't mind me showing you at the sidewalk. It's about the only way I can walk without dropping my camera. It wiggles too much in this gimbal anymore. But I guess a friend of mine's going to try to put that door on tomorrow. I mean, it's a friend of my dad's, actually. but I don't know what he's going to charge me. He never did say. He just said he don't work on Fords. So I barely got him talked into even doing it for me. But he said he'd do it for me, so he said come back in a couple days. So tomorrow will be the couple days. So wish me luck in getting the door put on, because it's frustrating. And my nerves can't handle that stuff anymore. Anyways, cucumber has grown to where it's finally climbing the rail. It's went through the rail. We got cucumbers all over it. There's one down there, if you can see it down there. There's one right here. They're loaded down with them already, so there's little cucumbers on there everywhere. There's one right in here. See them down there? Right down there. There's a little green cucumber down there. But, I mean, they're getting cucumbers on them everywhere. The little peppers still kind of, they're running slow, but they're growing. And tomatoes got a lot taller. He's up past the porch already. I don't care if they go up some. I just don't want to go on across the porch with them dead branches and stuff, or tomatoes on it and porch and stuff. So I'll end up having to trim all that back. But they've done a lot better. This other pepper, it's doing better than the first one. You just got to keep cutting these back out of the way where you can get some sunlight, because that's what it's depriving a lot right now, is because they need sunlight. But it's doing better. Here I've been trying to kill this thing, and it got a new leaf down there, if you can see the little new leaf down there. But I thought that one was took ice cubes only, and if you put water on it, it would kill it. Well, it's made it die some, but now it's growing green new leaves, so I don't know if it's going to die on me or not. But anyways, we'll move on. Excuse me. Then we got these cucumbers that my dad brought and I planted. They're coming on. They're starting to bloom a little bit. The end one was one that was planted a little bit earlier, and he's got all kinds of blooms on him already. As you can see right there, the little yellow flowers, they'll all be cucumbers. Then we have potatoes. Potatoes has went nuts this week. They've really grown like crazy. Remember last week they were like 2 or 3 inches out of the ground. Now some of them probably are close to 10 inches out of the ground already. And I only planted, about 6 little hills, 7 little hills of them. I just wanted to see if they'd grow. And I did ask my landlord if he had a problem with it. I thought he'd be upset that I'd done it. He didn't care. He said, just don't let it grow crazy out in the yard. And I said, I ain't gonna do that. So I said I wouldn't have that. So he was glad to hear that. But here's the onions. They're really doing good. I mean, you can see some of them's getting pretty good size. Then the watermelon has really took off this week. See how much it's grown out? The cantaloupe's doing better. It's trying to bloom right here. It's got a bloom coming on. The other one's still struggling, but he's making it. He's slowing to go. But he is trying. But we got some rain, real heavy rain last night. Beat the onions down pretty good. I'm surprised it didn't beat the rest of the stuff down. But I did find out something though. When it rains, the water runs out of that gutter right down this way, right down that wall, and right through my garden. So when it rains, I don't even have to worry if it hits it or not. Anyways, the gutter's gonna water it. Okay. Then the last thing I got to show you for the week is I got my garbage cans clean. That's one thing. And this one here, my son keeps throwing crap in, but he'd throw a can of paint in there and it went everywhere. But he threw a pack of cigarettes in there, and I see that now. But got them clean this week. But here's what I want to show you. I got new bushes back here. Look at all my new trees and mulch. And these will grow up and separate me and the neighbor over there. When they grow up some, I won't even see them. So we will be watering them and keeping them fertilized good so they'll do their job. But he went in and put 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them. And they're about, I don't know, maybe 6 feet tall. So it won't take them long to grow. He had a landscaping company come in, and he knew that I was being frustrated. So he come in to do that for me, and I was greatly appreciated of it, because I love plants anyways. So I was tickled to death to see them come. That literally just made my day. I mean, I was so happy they came. I even had to leave, didn't even know these people. They were strangers. And I told them, I said, hey, it is hot out here. I'm leaving my door open. If you need to go to the bathroom or just walk in to cool down or whatever, my door is open. I don't care a bit. You know, I mean, I just felt so sorry for them because it was like, I don't know, maybe 92 degrees out here in the heat. And you know how hard it is to get out in that hot heat, humid, and you're putting in trees that itch you anyways. Then you're working with mulch that's dry and dusty. And I'll give them a Coke too. I put them a Coke in the freezer and got it cold for them so they could have a cold drink. I don't drink the things, but I don't care to give them out. I mean, but I think it looks so good. I think they've done a great job. The only thing is, I wish they'd have went further up. I guess we ain't getting no fence. That was just a mistake by my neighbor. She thought we was getting a fence, but we're not. But anyways, I'm tickled to death with this. We might get a fence later on. You never know with a Doug. If I keep having frustration or aggravation, he may do something further down. But as of right now, no, I don't guess. But I do have to keep an eye on my leg because it keeps feeling like it's wet and something's running down it again. And that's how I seen it this morning. Because I got up, I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't even standing up. I was sitting on my bed, and I just got through taking my vitals, and I was sitting there trying to pass out my medicines. That I always separated them out for the day and put them in little bottles to keep them separate. And I was fixing to get up and go get a drink of water, and my leg felt wet and cold. Well, by the time I looked down, and my slipper I had on was plumb full of blood. I mean, it was soaked the whole way through the sponge of the slippers and everything. My pants from the halfway down was soaking, wringing wet with, I mean, it was so bad it was dripping out of it. Well, I hollered at my daughter-in-law and my son to come in and help me. My daughter-in-law comes flying in there to help me. My son comes to about the doorway and he says, "Kirsten, could you help him?" I said, "I'm not awake yet." I said, "Son, something like this, I don't care if you're awake or not, come on and help me. I could have bled to death." Which, the way it was bleeding, it would not take long to bleed out. And so that's what I got to do. I got to keep a severe close eye on this. I don't know if it was pressure that caused it, or if my blood pressure shot up and caused something to open up, or what. I don't know. The diabetes, I don't know. I do think it's deep, and it just went into the arteries. But anyways, guys, that's what I've been up to. Hope you enjoyed this week's video. Sorry I ain't been on much answering people and stuff. I just been busy with a lot of crap, and been trying to walk some to try to get my legs built back up, so when I do get a phone, I can try to get out and get going some. But I got a little step back with this leg right here. It's my right legs, and I'm hoping it'll get healed soon, but it ain't looking too promising. I just don't want to get to a point where I lose my foot and part of my leg, and that's what I'm afraid might happen if I don't watch. But I've never had an infection in it. I've been lucky of that, as far as I know. I've not, because it's not been green or slimy or the leg turning black or nothing like that, except for where I cut it on my dad's truck, and of course that was dead skin. It's about gone. But anyways, I don't want to lose my foot and half my leg. But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all. Hope you do enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I hope to be out very soon, back to recording in cemeteries. I miss it so bad. I mean, if you guys know me, if I could be out, I'd be doing 5 a day like before, going wide open. But every once in a while, we get a little step back just to put us in place and let us know what we need to be doing. And I think this was my big wake-up call, all this stuff going on at one time. So, but I'm feeling a little better, guys. Just keep the word in for me, and I greatly appreciate it. Everybody have a wonderful evening or day or whatever it may be for you. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm thankful for everybody. And as far as I can say, God bless everybody. I mean, whether you believe in God or not, I mean, God bless you. And I'm out of here. All right, see ya.